Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to episode 24 of 100 Reasons to Become Muslim. Today we are discussing post-prophetic prophecies. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that Allah would put prophethood on this earth for some time. He would take that away, and then when he does, then there would be some people on the path of the Prophet for 30 years. And after that, there would be kings. In another narration, he actually describes what type of kingship it will be. He said first it will be a biting kingship, and then it will be a tyrannical kingship. The biting kingship is something that is not necessarily good, but is manageable, whereas the tyrannical kingship is something that is straight up oppressive. After the 30 years, Muawiyah, he started the Umayyad dynasty, and then from then there were many dynasties. There's the Umayyad dynasty, the Abbasid dynasty, the Seljuk dynasty, the Ottoman dynasty. All of them, they had a mixed bag. Some of them had good kings, some of the kings were really bad, but it was more or less livable for the people. Tyrannical kingship most likely refers to colonization, which is referred to in other narrations as well, where the Prophet ﷺ said reading and writing would become common, but the knowledge of the religion would be taken away when the scholars would be killed. So this is another thing that happened during colonization, is that the madrasas were burned down, the books were destroyed, the scholars were killed, and people were re-educated. We find that those European kings, when they entered into the Muslim world, they just exploited everyone and everything, and they caused constant conflict and division that still persists to this day. The Prophet ﷺ also told us that the end of the Islamic empires would be imminent when he said that all of these matters will be revoked at some point. The first matter to be revoked will be al-hukum, which is the government that works and operates upon the sharia. That ended at the end of the Ottoman Empire. The Prophet ﷺ said the last matter to be repealed would be the matter of prayer. The Prophet ﷺ also gives us details about the specific caliphates. For example, he says in a dream that I was drawing from a well as long as Allah willed, and then Abu Bakr came after me and there was some weakness in how he drew from the well. And Umar came after me and he was drawing with so much force. I've never seen anyone draw water from a well like that. And then Uthman followed him after this. And this refers to the caliphate. Weakness in the time of Abu Bakr refers to the civil wars that would take place when all the people refused to give zakat. Umar, mashallah, his time was a time of great prosperity. The Prophet ﷺ also tells us that Sayyidina Uthman would be given a shirt that he should not take off for anyone, which means that he will be given authority, and that when the rebels come and siege his house, he should not succumb to their demands. He also tells us that Ammar bin Yasir will be killed in the line of battle by the rebellious group. And so there was a civil war in the time of Sayyidina Ali. Ammar bin Yasir was killed by the forces of Muawiyah, and they realized then that they were in the wrong. And the Prophet ﷺ also predicted that Sayyidina Hassan would end the conflict when he picked him up in the masjid and said, "This son of mine is a leader. Because of him, two differing groups from the Muslims will reconcile." And Sayyidina Hassan ended the war by giving up his claim to the caliphate. He also predicted the fate of the first three caliphs when he was on the mountain with Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Umar, and Sayyidina Uthman, and the mountain started to shake. So he said, "Be steady, O Uhud, because on you is a prophet, Siddiq," which is Sayyidina Abu Bakr. This was gifted to him in his life. And two martyrs who were both assassinated, one in the masjid and one in his home.